So today we were introduced to what a system is, and when we think about technology, how about all the different parts that we worked with formed a single unit that, when working together properly, creates a system of parts that work together to achieve some common goal. I handed you this template when we finished class today, so you can go ahead and get that out and get ready to add definitions for each of the components of a technological system. If you need to print it out, go ahead and do that. You can pause this video while you get that in front of you. Also get something to write with. I'm going to proceed with this more graphical version. We have the 5 components of a technological system in a flowchart, along with goal that's in the middle of our flowchart. So obviously every time an inventor comes up with a technology, it's meant to achieve some kind of a purpose. And that really is what our goal is of a technological system, the intended purpose of that technological system. So there's some reason for why the technology was created in the first place. Then we have an input. An input is something that's put into the system in order to reach its goal. So inputs can really be anything. If we think about our educational system, for example, we have a ton of inputs that go into creating opportunities for you to be educated, including the school building, teachers, principals, your family, friends that are there to support you, textbooks, computers, furniture, etc. Everything that is available is put into that system to help achieve the goal. But it doesn't stop there, because we can't just assume that if we put all these inputs into a big old bucket that they're all going to magically reach our goal. We have to do something with those inputs, and that is our process. Process is a sequence of actions that the system undergoes. So please make sure you're writing those definitions down. So a series of actions that the system undergoes, we have to have those inputs be doing something in order to achieve the goal. So sequence of actions that the system undergoes, that is our definition for process. Now, if everything's working in some form or fashion together, something's going to be produced. That is our output. The result or the product of all of these actions taking place with the inputs. Something is going to be produced. Hopefully, what is produced coincides with the goal. So hopefully our output is helping our goal be achieved. If it's not, then we've got a problem. And typically that's what happens with technologies. Very rarely do you get it right the first time. So we have to look at feedback. Feedback is information that the system uses to monitor the input, process, and output so that the system can adjust itself to meet the goal. And yes, that's a long definition, so take your time writing that down. But feedback is really any information that we've been able to glean so that we can go back and say, what inputs are really necessary? Do we have too many inputs in there? Maybe we need to take some out. Maybe some are wrong. Maybe we need to replace them with different inputs. Maybe the inputs are fine and we have to look at the process. Maybe the actions that we identified as something that the inputs need to experience, that maybe the process needs to change so that we get a different result that coincides with the goal or our intended purpose that we're trying to achieve. So again, feedback is the information that a system uses to monitor the input, process, and output so that the system can adjust itself to meet the goal.